Okay. Okay, Joseph, thank you for agreeing to have one-on-one now. How are you?
Fine.
Just fine.
I'm fine. I'm just feeling some kind of coolness, some kind of calmness. So, yeah, just there, calm, cool. I think it's because I was here since Saturday. Did not come yesterday, so I'm feeling. Yeah. That's what I said. Yeah, I thank God because I feel like I'm trying to get what this thing is all about. Still feeling I can chat better, like improve my chatting.
So how can I help you?
You can help me by keeping challenging me and like you can do better. Yeah, only that. Yeah, that's I like. Yeah, I like learning. Okay, so you can keep me by keeping it. Yeah, only that.
Is there something you want to talk about it?
Today,
Mhm.
not really. I don't have anything specific. I don't have anything specific to talk about. Just want to say thank you for everything. Sarah, thank you for you. For my peers, thank you for staff chaplains, thank you for everybody that can see me.
Do you want to talk to anything for one-on-one today?
Oh, I see what you're asking.
Mhm.
You see, what is going on in my mind is like, you remember the other day I talked to you about my family, and I felt better after sharing with you about my family because yeah, until I saw you took it very well. You took it very positive. About my family, and it was because of the Kichungi or what
Kinchugi.
Kinchungi.
Kinchugi.
Kinchungi. What? Yeah, that thing really touched me, and yeah, I felt comfortable to talk about my family because I'm very conscious about my family and how it impacts my personality. I'm always very conscious about it, but I don't share about it, and I share about it with someone who I can trust.
Mhm.
I have to build a lot of trust to someone to talk about my family. Yeah. Especially information.
Mhm.
I've realized information sometimes you share things and some people have no goodwill. They start using what you share about yourself against you.
So it is part of your culture. Don't talk about your family, right?
No, it is like I'm from a secretive culture, yes.
Mhm.
But also I've seen information, like information of priesthood. When you share some, you can share something. They keep telling you, share about yourself, open about. And sometimes you share something, then they start using it against you.
Mhm.
Because some formaters are human beings and very human beings. And then you can share with someone, then you hear them talking everywhere about you, and you feel really bad because they share in confidence. Because I share in confidence, and yeah, so yes.
So why do you say that like that? What is that how you experience in our group?
I think we are doing very well, very well, and I expect to get this. Like my formatter, my current formatter in the house where I live, is a very caring person, and he keeps disclosing his family to me. He talks to me very much, and he keeps disclosing his family. And I get very many things which were similar to my family in his family. Even yourselves, when you are sharing here, you keep talking things, and I'm like, so myself, I've never shared with him anything sensitive about my family. But when I go back, I will share with him. I will talk with him because he's a very caring man. He's a very calm man. I will talk to him, and then I will open up to him, and I will start journeying with him. Because my experience here has made me know that when you open up, people appreciate you more because they see why you are, how you are. So I will talk to him about my family, about my father's street. I shared with the first man who came to my home about my family. Then I came here, you study people first. I studied, and then I disclosed. I decided to keep it secret because I have to trust people. Secrets.
So you experience our group dynamic, right?
Yes.
So if you appear in yourself and I try to keep the secret and not to be open, do you think of how we have been transformed?
And some are very much think keeping secrets is bad.
So I'm not saying keeping secret is bad. Really, there are some confidentiality which we need to keep it. Like, however, those things can happen everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So isn't it better to learn how to deal with the dynamic than avoiding? You know what I'm saying? No, I honor your culture. Pretty much very similar to our culture too. It took for a while differentiate what things to say, what things not to say. And you will be very confused. At first, it was very confused. But I learned when I share something secret in my heart with people and learn how to deal with in a productive way, I find myself much better, much happier, and learning how to navigate myself in the middle of the dynamic. Does it make sense to you? So it is up to you. I don't know how you wanna navigate yourself, but you are going to be a leader at a church or a community because you are going to be a priest. So I'm inviting you to think about it. What kind of leader you wanna be? How you wanna navigate those relational dynamics, which include emotion, what kind of a feeling, and what kind of woundedness, what kind of, So I want to ask you to ask yourself, how do you want to take care of those issues in you and around you? You told me the family, right? If our group think about as a family, what do you see? There's a system, right? A system. Our group is a system within our department. Our department is a system within the hospital system, right? So there are system over system, and there's subsystem. One of the bigger system are there. So if a person came from a family had dysfunctionality to be a member in that system. That person is all the person had learned through their family system, right? So with the brokenness from the system, carry the brokenness into another system, which could be school, which could be your work, or which you could be related like friendship that system. So the broken self is moving everywhere. So how can we take care of the broken self?
I don't want to say that I have a broken self.
You are not?
I don't want to say like I have like a very negative broken self. I take myself like these were the values of the family when I was growing up, okay? And they were values in many families. The values of, if they were the values of, let's say, they were called discipline. The values of discipline, the values of hard work, and the values of religiosity. Okay. Those were the values which were emphasized in family. And I can say I am where I am because of those values.
I'm not saying you are a bad person.
Okay, yeah. And they have their negative part of them. Okay, and I've been very much in touch with it. Very much to be in touch with it. And because like in our group here, if I could have allowed myself to be judgmental, to be like telling people like you cannot be that kind of being, because that is what I got from my family, like the truth and good and bad, wrong and right. I cannot live with these ladies well. But because I think I'm in touch with that reality, I keep working on it every day. And I don't know whether I see them trying to appreciate how I deal with them, respecting them.
So what is your original? What is your theology of original sin? You said family. Seems like you have no brokenness from your family. I'm just curious. As a
I have said, okay, I'm kind of becoming defensive. I say it here. I try to, I have the weakness of trying to polish things look good.
I'm glad you realize.
I have that, and it is, I think, yeah. I want to say now I want to own the brokenness of the family.
No, don't change. I'm asking you what is your original sin.
I was owning it, but I was making it look good. Like it has two sides. Remember when I was saying it has two sides? Like this. I'm back to myself now. And I'm back to the statement. Yes, we can eat wherever we go. Amen. Original sin.
Answer to me, what is your theology of original sin?
My theology of original sin, it is that the children of Adam and Eve inherited the sin from their fathers.
So is with the broken with the original sin, can human being be free from the brokenness? Right?
But I feel bad when people start like after knowing like in our communities, when people start see sometimes people try to start now to maximizing on your brokenness, then they don't see theirs. And I'm like, hey, you are so sin.
See, it was very interesting. You were very inspired by the kintsugi. You began with the kintsugi.
Yeah.
The beauty of brokenness. With the broken piece, as it is broken, it is also a beauty. But you kept denying that your family is not broken. which is very contrast to what you began with.
And
Kintugi,
that is
right?
my shame. I think it is my sense of shame, kind of
Okay.
shame. Yeah, because I don't want to be seen. It is broken. I think it cracks.
So I'm not interested in how broken your families are.
Mm.
I'm interested about your internal process.
Mm.
You begin with the Kintsugi and how inspirational, and then denying about brokenness, and then you went back there, and then you became saying you are ashamed, it's from shame.
Mm.
Which is very huge building, right? Huge emotion, being
Mm.
shameful.
Mm.
So I'm just curious about your either or thinking, because we talk about it.
Mm.
You said right or wrong,
Mm.
good and bad. However, between right and wrong, between that space, there are many things can be right, many things can be wrong,
Mm.
depending on the perspective or depending on the situation, right?
Mm.
So I'm just inviting you to think about why you're coming from on either or thinking instead of both and. Do you know the differences?
I see, yeah, like it is either this way or that way. Tell me about the difference. Oh, what is the difference between the either or?
Okay, either or thing, as you said, if you are wrong, you are not good person. If you are good, you are not a bad person. Right? However, even if somebody is good at certain culture, that they can be projected as bad in another culture or another family system.
Yeah.
So how can you say which one is good, which one is bad? And also, it is okay to be this way, and also it is okay to be that way.
Mm.
And because I am on middle, so it is okay, right? Both ends.
Mm.
Instead of no, it is not. If you don't do this way, you are not right.
Mm.
Instead of that,
Mm.
be curious. Why not?
Mm.
And then allowing yourself that, well, it is okay. It doesn't have to be A or B. It could be 8.1 or 8.8 or 8.F or something.
Mm.
There are so many barriers between you and I, right? So that is what I'm hoping for, to be curious about yourself. Why? So one of CPE as one thing a CPE as people other learner to just articulate about yourself.
Mm.
So if you try to articulate where it came from about your either overthinking,
Mm.
maybe there can be one of the way to find out why am I thinking this way?
Mm.
Why am I trying to polish and make it look good instead of bring it as brokenness as it is? You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we did it Kintsugi together. So if you, based on your either or thinking, this is not good, right? Because you have broken pieces. So do I have to throw away? Or do I have to sit down and talk about those brokenness and then learn different perspectives? And I say, oh, looks like a window. I'm looking through the lighthouse through window. Oh, this is a new perspective, right? That's what I learned.
Can you remember the time when you were hammering into the hammer?
So life will hit us. There's something happen in our life can hit us as a broken, right?
Mm.
Sometimes we cannot avoid a certain thing to make us go broken. You know? Just like some unknown car accident or some kind of accident. We cannot prevent it and they make us broken physically, which cause emotional broken and spiritual broken. So how can I avoid it? Are we safe from those impact or those accident? in our life?
I should start. I should stop painting things look very good. That's all of being.
Ask yourself why you are doing, why you are trying to polish, you are avoiding the conflict.
And it affects even my talents. Because I told you the other time that I started composing my second album, but I could not compose because I needed to compose a perfect piece. I kept googling how to write harmony and how to do what. How to do that. But everybody who listens to my first album, you know that I trust them because they all appreciate very much. They all praise the music. And I tell them I composed this one in the morning, I wrote the tune and so yeah, I should because this sense of perfectionism and wanting things to look good, it limits me. It limits me.
I gave you the book to read. What is the
Beauty of imperfection.
imperfection?
Yeah.
So what happened? What happened when you trying to be perfect and it didn't happen the way how you want to be perfect? What is happening in you, inside you?
Denial.
Denial.
Denying the reality. I'm living fake life. It's not real. Everything is fake. Because I'm trying to avoid where I'm living colonized life. Yes, you call it colonized life.
Mhm. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
So, I saw that book. By the way, I saw it and I was thinking about everything. So yeah, and I've realized I've been noting one thing. Like the more I try to be real, the more people get interested. But when I try maybe to be that perfect, you see like it is boring sometimes. It was.
Because do you think God is expecting you to be perfect?
Jesus said, and he did not come for the. I don't remember that.
Jesus came down to establish,
Yeah.
right?
And to the sinner, and not to the righteous.
You come on, Joseph. You. So
I used to praise people these days and they are not like that.
so
But one thing I'm proud about myself is that I try to be very much in touch about who I am, about my. I'm telling you, if it were not for the seminars and my curiosity to learn about myself and to learn about things and how things work and how people react and how people are affected by their past, I don't know where I could be. But those ones have helped me. As much as I keep my secret past, I try very much to be conscious of. I start asking myself, why do I feel like that? I started asking myself that question. To avoid sometimes to avoid judgment, to avoid. I stopped telling people what to do. And life started changing very much. Very much.
so what did you brokenness?
Brokenness is to look at life with Let me think about the question again. It's my brokenness. Brokenness is from what is your brokenness? Brokenness is to avoid looking at is failure to be proud of my brokenness.
I noticed that you use the word failure. You mentioned one time when you share your either verbatim or earlier in the IPR, you shared the failed. You failed. And then one time, one of your verbatim last week or a couple of weeks ago, we talk about the failure of marriage, right? You
Failed
comment-
marriages.
Yeah, failed. So we talk about that at the time. So I'm just interesting. You continuously talk about the word. That is very strong word, by the way, right? Fail.
Mm.
Where's our so? Can I ask you your emotion? When you fail, what kind of feeling do you have? The feeling which resonated with the failure. The feeling, yeah.
I fail. How I feel when I failed, right?
Mhm.
That's not what I'm looking for.
Could you find one from that list? What would be the closest one?
Either I feel like kind of like discouraged, like unhappy, like sad. Yeah. You see, let me. I've told you I feel like disappointed.
So disappointed.
I can give you some history about what I think was my failure in my life. So from class 1 to class 5,
Mhm,
I was not a good student
mhm.
or pupil, and I had the passion to be a good student. I was not doing things right to do well, but I wanted to do it. But I was failing. I was not passing the exams that I think I repeated class 1 and I was told. I started school when I was 8 years old. So all the other kids were small and I was tall and I was being ridiculed by the other kids. Okay. Like, oh, there was name of taller, like tall, tallest. Oh, taller. You see that? Kids, they make jokes with you and you repeat it and then they laugh at you. Class 2, I don't know how I passed. That one I passed. Yeah, I passed. Then class 3, I was pushed. What we call pushing is when the head teacher says, this guy may go and work hard in class 4. Let me promote him to the next class. 4 years failed. See, the failure is in my background very much. Let me just push you. In class 4, I don't know, I passed. I cannot tell you, it was just like 50-50. Like I was the cutting gap. I went to class 5. Class 5, my sister helped me. She used to tell me, now let us remain at the table. I approached her because she was doing very well. She was number 1, 2, 3. Help me out to know how to read, how to pass in my exam. And one of my other sister was teaching me, and she she used to show me an example of my classmate. Look at happiness. Happiness, she's a young girl and she keeps concentrating in class. So she used to show me an example of a girl who was concentrating very much in class, so that I can be like her. So from class 5, I started being very bright. I was number 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 throughout my life, even to date. So you see the failure, that was from me from the childhood. I need to pass, not to fail. So I think that's why the word is with me. Yeah,
So you said when you failed, you felt unhappy, discouraged.
yeah, going home.
Okay, if you see somebody fail, how do you feel?
I try to help them very much.
How do you feel when you see someone fail?
I see someone failing. I feel concerned. Yeah, I feel concerned for them and I try to want to. And it is, I try to feel like I feel concerned. That's what I'm seeing here, close to what I feel. Like when I see someone failing or not getting, and you see also failing, I'm thinking like failing can be, what I think is failing can fail to be failing on the other person's way of life, can be their way of life. And I have that problem of wanting to make people be in my standards of not failing. Yet that I'm just thinking now like it may be the way of life.
So if you're discouraged here, unhappy, it's related to the you wanna be joyful part, which is also related to all those.
So this is opposite of that side.
Yeah, it's opposite, but also it is related to. So you are discouraged because you wanna be like a priest. You wanna be related. So those are related to, right? And you said you feel concerned when somebody was not doing well. Where is the concern here? Yeah, right here. So it is right because you are a loving person. So it is all related. You pay attention to feeling that. So pay attention how you are feeling. So why am I feeling this way? Because you wanna feel this way. So asking yourself, I know you have been successful in academically, even if you struggle in initial stage. Or you understood the feeling of fail, feeling of discourage, feeling of not good enough. However, you learn how to do better. It takes time, right?
Yeah, let me tell you something.
No, I want you to stay.
It takes time, yes. It takes time.
Right?
Yes.
So that's why I want you to slow down. The thinking about the stay with the between feeling instead of from A to B. Okay, there are so many people there between your A and between your B. So how can you be with those people who are not successful in your eyes? I know you try to polish, try to do their work just like you did it for the career. Are you, when you do that, are you helping her really, or are you doing her work?
I'm doing what?
Are you doing her work for her, or are you really helping her to reach her B or reach her a point for her?
My my intention when I was involved in Korea, and I'm very proud of her like now, because like she's not asking me for much help. Okay. So my intention for her was like to help her, and it's like you are going to you have a dream to be a chaplain in future, and you will not be having Joseph more than look for a laptop, learn how to type, okay, learn how to do. Let's get shown how to do things by yourself, how to write the paper test, and how to write your things well, and be in charge of yourself. I'm proud. I think she's somewhere now because she says she's proud of her child till now. And yeah, so maybe I could have failed. Maybe I could have done more. But I don't have to do everything for her. Like everything for her. Like she could send me something. So, she has like typing on phone. I would get. I would feel bad. Like it's wrong. I was happy when she got for computer, and now I saw what she recently was like. Okay, he was saying that you are up to lot. This is a progress. Yeah, but my aim was to make her work for herself because I know she has life after us. That was my dream. Yeah, but not to do like because I know if I do everything and I'm not there or that is not there, you are left in like a fish out of water.
I'm okay. I respect your what you did, but I'm asking you, can you be like that to everyone who's asking you help?
Absolutely.
Everyone.
Who wants me, and also I know in past I struggled with saying no. Okay, but at the moment I have known how to say no, but I try to be very courteous the way I say my no.
So what if multiple people are asking at the same time and you are only one Joseph? So who are you going to help?
Like many people ask, I will look for the most needy one.
How do you know which one is the most? What if like somebody you in your perspective, a certain person doesn't need much, and then you didn't help that person, and later on that person became very seriously ill or have a seriously in danger because you assess that that person doesn't need your help. So what is the measure of your decision?
So like for the patients in the rooms, I normally.
No, I'm not asking. You didn't answer to me. You're avoiding again.
I'm not avoiding.
So how do you make a decision? Which one is the needed and which one is not?
I think that one will take my bias. Because I don't have criteria tell who needs more, who does not need more. So I have to take my bias to evaluate. Yeah, so one person told me,
I'm asking you. I'm interested in you are thinking that other people thinking about you. So don't avoid it. Can you stay there uncomfortable?
Like these are people who have needs. How do I evaluate who needs greatest help? I don't know. I don't know.
That's good. Right? What's wrong with the answer that you don't know?
I don't know.
And you avoided to answer the question because you may feel like you failed. But you are not failing. There's a great answer. I don't know either. Neither do I. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it is okay. It is okay that if you don't know. That is what I'm saying. Both ways. That is the example of both ways. You struggle because you have to say answer or no, or the answer which you think in your mind. But the fact is, it is okay that if you don't know. So then you can maybe ask for help. Or you can invite the people, hey, can you help? You know, so then you can create a better community.
Yeah.
Either or thinking is really tiring. You are aware about your tendency to be perfect. So I am asking you again to be curious. What can you do from now on about that either or thinking? Right? Or dealing with your perfectionism.
Yeah. It is there.
Perfect to trying to be a perfect make me isolated on that. Isolated and make myself distance from everything and everyone. And once I realize that I'm not perfect and admitting that I have a broken piece, I became more depending on God, telling the truth. Because I know I cannot do everything by myself. I don't know how you're going to reflect and process. How can you take care of yourself?
It will take me to start feeling comfortable to share my story, to take risk, to be vulnerable. Because of course, sometimes like some minutes ago, I was thinking like, I share. What will someone do to me? Nothing. You leave me alone.
Is anybody's family perfect? No. So sometimes when you share your brokenness,
Yeah.
you are inviting others to bring their own brokenness into the table.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You remember you are upset when Dana came to me and told me about your mistake, right? What had happened since we confront that dynamic, since we try to have conversation instead of avoiding it. I think your relationship with everyone has been changed, especially your relationship with Dana, with that original perspective. Oh, Dana is that kind of person, right? That's why you're saying.
And
However,
you told me like, yeah, I remember you confronted me. It's very serious. That I was like, wow. I did not feel it. I did not. You told me. I remember the words you used. You told me, Joseph, don't say that. Do you not say someone is like that because people have room to grow?
so
Then I was like, oh, I don't see it like that.
so I'm inviting you. Wait, what am I inviting you?
You have invited me. Invite me to work on either or mentality, either or way of being, either
Instead of either or, trying to think both way.
both ends. Both ends. Okay, yeah. But yeah, and to be sincere with you, Sanki, this is not polishing. I've been working on it seriously. Like, but there is like, I don't know whether you can tell me some instances, but I've been working on it seriously. But the way I think I'm working on it, I think it comes out in my unconscious. Yeah, I think there's a way it comes out. And I don't know. I'm aware. Also this thing of, I tell you, I Google a lot. I realize that I cannot tell people what to do. People don't want to be told what to do.
But you do that all the time.
People.
No, you do you remember?
It comes out in unconscious ways.
Mhm.
Small things, which things they don't matter. But I think, but in big matters of life, I try very much.
Where
Okay.
you think.
Even when I'm trying to help, I realize sometimes I can be pushy, like, you need to do this, you need to do this.
So you're gonna micromanage. You think you are not micromanaging, right?
I think I'm not.
Okay.
You see, even I think, I was wondering, like, even when I'm teaching choir, I take small things very serious in the music. I compare myself with my fellow teachers who are my friends. I invite them very much to come and also assess me. I see the approach they take, very simple.
Yeah, but
It's wonderful.
I understand. But do you remember one of your struggle with your peer is you are telling them what to do? Remember in the beginning of the unit, that's why Dana was saying, see, Joseph, stop telling me what to do. Do you remember those times? So that is your subconsciousness or unconsciousness, unknown,
Yes. Like,
your blind spot.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. She felt like I was overpowering.
Yeah, exactly. Because the way how you say to the others, but you are not aware
Yeah.
that you do, but you are very sure, oh, I'm not micromanaging, I don't tell the people what to do. So that is your own awareness. However, you remember that like Dana was saying, don't overpower me or don't tell me what to do. So that is what something you are not aware, but other people are aware. Because they are experiencing from you, but you are not aware about the way how you are saying to the other people.
And I felt like I remember asking her like to give me some examples, and then she tried to give me that some space. So I want to know how I do it so that I can be aware. And like, so give me some few. You don't know how to give the spaces, but maybe yes, you're telling me it comes out.
So
and also the other day when you came for coffee, I was in a joking way. I'm telling you, you can take another one. It is your coffee, but I'm bringing it in a joking way. But I'm taking what I got and still wasn't.
so just it's pain. Anything else? I think that is enough today.